Just show somebody some love. Tell somebody you love their music or love what they do, you know? That's it, so thank you.
Yeah, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Blomashub Podcast. Yo, I saw because Carol started cool. Yeah, but man, guys, welcome. We have a new guest in the building. Obviously, we have Maite and Udwana, but we have also a new guest. You know how Blomas is. We always have to bring like someone new, a fresh perspective, fresh mind, who has a fresh opinion. So yeah, man, don't you wanna introduce yourself? Just for I don't know, but I leave you to fail.
No, Kike Ulewutile Mutavi, born and bred from Mamba.
Hola. What is like your nickname? Key?
Well, one pizza admin, bro. People who let down pizza admin because I always make sure, even if it's just an outing, yeah. You can check out.
Sure. Yeah, man. But yeah, welcome.
Mara. Actually, I can break it down. Actually, for people that don't know Keo, Keo is a chef. He once came to Blomashub, Icho. Well prepared, yeah. Hapsiti, well prepared. Well prepared food. Yeah,
Really?
Yeah. Sure. Well prepared food. Oh no. Like presentation like, hey, Vela Hobea. You understand? Also,
which Blomashub was it?
Hapsiti. Komoda, sweet.
Oh, that food we were eating.
Sure. Proper. He also runs
Zanzi Pals Adventure.
yeah. The hiking that we did January. You're having another one coming.
27.
27. Wait.
Got us the hiking trails more at the BS.
Yeah, so he's doing a lot. And after more wine tasting, after more
This guy's doing a lot.
Ria hiking.
What? Hiking, then there's wine tasting after that.
Feet, I will Blomas run.
Finishing on 315.
Yeah, so correct that, bro. The one the hike was the wine tasting. It was the one before this one, which was last month. So this year we're gonna be introducing the gin, Spirit of Muzanzi. So we're launching a gin brand, Spirit of Muzanzi.
It's amazing.
Yep.
Actually,
maybe you'll send me the pictures and then I'll just. Or is it a concept now, or is it already in motion?
No, it's in motion, bro. It's in motion. So for this hike, we're gonna just be introducing the gin to the people, and then later on we're gonna have a soft launch. Later on we'll be having a cocktail setup, garden vibes, kasama pila, also the floral grass, so it's still in motion. It's very much in motion.
People are pushing actually.
Bona, sleeping. Not tiger.
Damn, Joe. Okay.
Stuff.
Yeah, but man, it's a pleasure to have you here, man. Hopefully, I always mention the fact that every time we have a new guest, we're like, you know what, just pretend like the cameras are not around. We're having, a normal conversation, just like the four of us, and just normal, nothing to prove, just say your opinion. Just chill. So yeah, man. Today's episode. We'll be talking about strictly like mental health. Obviously, it's a very touchy and emotional topic, but nonetheless, we need to talk about it because obviously there's men out here who might want to hear this and have some sort of message to keep after watching this episode. So yeah, man. Where do we even start, Joe, with mental health, Joe? Like, is it?
I think it has to. Because I got like men's mental health and the bully go and also professional doctor in that sector. Maybe I break it down for us so we understand the mental health.
Yeah.
Okay, but
about to say what is mental health?
Yeah.
Let's of men's art.
Baseline.
Let me, I'm going to put it in simple, I'm going to simplify it. I guess there's medical health, right? That's like your cancer, high blood pressure, AIDS, HIV, everything. If you think medical, everything you can think, flu, né? And we usually say, like, guys, please take care of your bodies, right? Ejambila, take medication if you need to, exercise. We always put so much emphasis on our the medical side, the physical aspect, right? Mental is so much close to the physical because that's your brain.
I actually agree with them.
Right. And your hormones, the chemicals in your brain, they have a contribution to how your body interacts with yourself, but also how your body handles day-to-day living, right? So when it comes to mental health, this encompasses, yes, the physical part, but the cognitive, which is how you think, your perspective, how you interact with other people, how you interact with yourself. It encompasses the emotional, how you regulate your emotions. How can you handle certain situations? How are you able to cope in your day-to-day living? And then it also encompasses like your entire, let's say, the spiritual aspect and all these things. Like, so we say how you think will affect how you're feeling and then affect how you're acting, behaving, type of thing, right? Which ultimately affects your well-being.
Yeah, but like, I also like wanna like find out like how important is it in making like sure that like men actually like are comfortable enough to actually mention the fact that I'm not okay. How important is it? Because obviously like for women, it's like you guys don't really get to see men in that light because we do so many things and we have like a responsibility as like the man, whether it's in like a household or relationship, to make sure that the woman always feels safe, so like how important do you think it is for men to actually be able to say I'm not okay?
I can't stress it enough. I always say when I have this conversation with my colleagues, I'm like, have you noticed that 80% of our patients are female, 20% are male.
Yeah.
And the 20% that are male have to be convinced, like literally convinced to seek the help, right? If we speak admission, the 20% is dominating the hospitals because yes, we convince them to become admitted, but they're the ones that like, you know what, eventually fold. I'll give an example. There's someone that I saw in 2022. When I saw them again in 2023, I said, I'm admitting you. Admission. Admission. And he said, yeah, I'll come back. Ne? I literally just, 2026, I literally just admitted him. Since he didn't come back. He said, I'll come back.
So he came back. Mara,
so he came back after 3 years.
After 3 years.
Yeah, he came back. So that's I can't stress it enough. I feel like men, you guys, you do carry so much, and because there's so much pressure on you guys, you tend to suppress. Most men suppress. Most men. I was asking, who this is? Maida, do you have an outlet? He's like, Nagisha. And I'm like, no, there's no such thing. Women have so much outlet. Only my sister, and I'll be like, yo, today.
No more outlet. Okay, so
Yeah.
Or outlet, well, because we have soccer. Fridays. Baya parking during the week. Car wash. Like those are like outlets. There are ones on day for much cheaper. Because now when you say outlets, I feel like you guys don't have the outlets. I feel like Basadi, the female species, Babetta talk more than who.
Okay. Waiting.
At least.
Waiting by outlet. Do you want to come in?
Yeah, couple would say something. How will an outlet in the product? Sharp, yes, we do go to play soccer.
Yeah.
Go to whatever. Mara, do we actually
yeah.
in what
That's a thing.
is
That's an
spoken
outlet.
about?
Exactly. Expression.
Because the she general stuff.
General stuff, that's my thing, yeah.
So is it really?
Is it really
It's not.
into it?
It plays into the suppression because you know what men do? Men go play soccer and they scream and whatever, watch soccer and they scream. That isn't an outlet. An outlet is me being congruent about where I am currently, how I'm feeling, and what bothers me mentally, like what I keep ruminating on. That's an outlet.
Because
You know?
I'm gonna be very personal, man, because there's something that happened, and like obviously we like in a relationship, obviously there's fights and whatnot, and also on top of that there's work, like Spani and all. So this past Friday, yeah, like obviously we went to soccer, played, obviously we lost, but then something happened, because usually after I play soccer, it's that thing of like, you know, I can go home and relax. But then obviously with work overwhelming, you know, like overwhelmed to like span and everything. So after playing soccer, I got home and I was still feeling like I'm in survival mode. So is it really like, that's what I'm saying, coming back to what he said, like is like is it really like an outlet, like I can really like talk, express to, because bolo, yes, we talk, but it's a general thing. It's a general thing. Obviously there's going to be shouting and whatnot, but we don't really like sit down and be like, hey Joe, bolo nele munate mara because I can't, it's not even like I can't even be like, hey mate, I'm fun, like it's more gaming. And you know why? Hey Joe was spending the one Thursday.
Yeah.
They want to stay, and then like obviously I can't say that Moharaba.
Yeah.
So I can only come to certain people I can actually trust. So I don't necessarily think a job ball and whatnot is
an outlet.
Is an outlet.
Okay.
No,
so I get it. I get it because of in terms of like, yeah, you might put together again. Say you're searching for a W. So fulfillment there or OB1. Control sure. You're not or win then I'm not just my role.
Yeah,
you forget about your problems. But what happens when you lose? Because you lose is this weekend, then it's a lot of rapara.
Yeah, it wasn't that thing really.
What's up? And there's no celebration whatsoever. So then again, I'm going back to that same week empty meeting and nothing really happened. Yeah, sure. You're right.
Very true.
Yeah.
So going back to saying that outlet is it someone that I can talk to?
Basically having or feeling safe enough to express yourself congruently. Like, guys, I am going through 1, 2, and 3. This is what, I am feeling at the moment, and I'm battling with these thoughts. This is what I'm always ruminating on, thinking on, and having someone to listen, right? Because we underestimate the power of listening. Most of the times we want to be heard. We just want to I'm going through, and it's not about that. It's having someone who can actually be able to say, baseline, I'm listening to you, like I'm here with you. And I understand, and I understand what you're going through. Or even if I don't really get it, but listen, whatever you're saying is valid. Having that person who can listen to you is very important. And most men don't have that, even in their partners, because
What is small again? Small water, you don't want to be more for the brand, more for Wait,
I know Madama.
yeah,
Madama that humor remains.
Yeah.
I want to.
Oh, do you think like there's a certain time you can talk about this thing? Because like I mean,
Honestly,
yeah,
Patient. Yeah.
wait, not couple on that one. Because I'd like to believe or in my circle of friends, so one would say not necessarily a specific time, but there are times whereby. So in most cases, throughout the year we have hiking and camping calendars. So usually every day camping. Like we literally sit around the fire, and it's as a tabela like we're just chilling, and then one hot home, then you got home around one. So yeah, so maybe I can't answer for it. Do I have an outlet? Yes. Is it enough? I don't know, because we go on camps like every quarter of the year. So one would say about 4 times in 365 days. So I want to
it doesn't balance.
It doesn't balance.
I also wanted to talk about the time period. Like when I was trying to like, obviously you were mentioning that like the guy who came after like 3 years, and like
Yes.
I wanted to. How often do you like as a man should we have like these kind of like conversations? How much would you like actually encourage?
I would say as often as possible, because honestly, like there is no textbook for saying, guys, go to. I'll say I advocate therapy, so let me say I can't say go to therapy every month, or go to therapy every two months or whatever. It's like as often as possible. So don't wait until the last minute. Just make it part of your routine. Like this is your lifestyle. Just like you go to gym, just like you try to eat healthy, just like you drink water.
Damn, yeah.
Make it part of your lifestyle to say, listen, I need to care about myself to that point, to that extent, to say, I'm going to sit with this and I'm going to suppress it. Most men are superficial in their interactions. Like, it's just everything is superficial talk. But when it comes to like getting down to the deep and the dark and the heavy and the painful, most men avoid it. I always say everyone has a past, everyone has experienced trauma somehow. But what I've realized is that women are open to say, let me address this trauma because I can see how it's affecting me as an adult. Most men are like, hey, wait ahead. We move on.
Question. So, for someone that, because I get it, therapy is not actually cheap.
Yes.
It's not available to everyone.
You understand? So, for someone that doesn't have the money or the medical aid or a therapy, like, what measures can one take?
Yeah,
There's George McCurry. If you're in Pretoria, there's George McCurry. There's Steve Biko. There's Swane Hospital.
It's crazy. So, like, no, I forget.
But there's different departments, guys. Like, there's different departments. Like, when you get into the hospital, the government, yes, you're going to open your file, right? Guy, are you going to the mental health building or what? But yes, we have our own system where there's waiting lists and things like that. But if it's an emergency, like let's say you really feel like you're about to off yourself and you're feeling suicidal, you're an emergency. So we'll take you as an emergency and we'll make sure that someone is available for that. So I know what I did when I was back in Bloemfontein is in the morning I see all my bookings, but the afternoon is just for emergencies because you need to be open to the fact that there are people who are going to come without a booking and say, I need help. The help, So there is government facilities that cater for this. And right now in Tshwane, there's so many clinics that are run and there's psychologists that go there every single day. Except on weekends, of course, but then like Monday to Friday. So I think that most people don't know that these facilities exist. But look up a private practice hoping to, see me pro bono. And I will see you once, only once, pro bono. After that, you have to be paid. And the rates are expensive. So from the get-go, if you can't afford the rates and you're not working, go to government. There's facilities there they can help. They can assist.
Do we have AA classes?
The AA meeting.
Yeah.
I'm calling next time. I say, I maybe go throw home, but I myself.
Substance, actually.
Because I'm picking up rain.
Yeah.
Picking up rates, ne? For one who doesn't know, plus minus how much should a person? What are the rates figures wise for I for one I don't know which is it's like how
I just wanted to like find out, né? Like for people who, like Maita was saying, like they don't have access to like those kind of things, and like the only thing they can count on is like their partner. Like how do you like navigate that? Like is it because like often not men are not like reliant on their women to make them feel good mentally.
Yeah.
Né? Because like it's like but like it's like now it's like our problem. Yeah, now it's like our problem now, where it's like I'm supposed to be like the man who's like I'm gonna take care of everything to make sure that your mind is good.
Sure.
So like how do you like actually like navigate that? Because I mean personally I'm not one to like actually like share my problems with my partner, especially like problems that I know I can solve myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So is it like, do you encourage like, even though I can solve it, is it like, do you encourage like that thing of like tell your partner anyway, so that they can be like in the light basically, like they can
tell your partner.
Can you tell your partner?
No.
Do you like? Because like it's very tough, especially if you don't have like network to like these people who can actually help you, like therapists and whatnot, or even have like the money to.
Yeah.
So is it like encouraged to like actually go to my partner and be like, I'm not okay, man.
but if she's the cause of the problem.
Somebody, often not she might be, but like obviously you won't tell her like we're not tataba. So like or tataba. Mara, I'm telling you in confidence.
Yeah.
Or like maybe we can come up with a solution. Do you encourage that? Or like are you for, you know what, rather talk to your friends?
Okay, so let me say the rates first, eh? For the rates, like they range from I think 1,000 to 1.5 for an hour. Right? Yeah. I know I go to therapy. I know I pay my therapist 1.8, and I know that she keeps it there because it's me. But her rates are probably like 2,000 and something now, 2.2. So it depends on who you're seeing, their experience, how long they've been practicing, and so forth, right? Yeah, government, it's for free. You don't have to pay. And then to come on Yadi partner, I always say that it's unfair to expect your partner to be your therapist, but they can be trusted enough to be a safe space, So you can tell your partner that, listen, I'm going through this and this and this and this. If you have a good partner who's gonna listen and who's gonna, not take whatever you're saying and pin it against you one day and things like that. If you have a partner like that, then sure, by all means. If you have a partner that you can see that is not going to feel like you're
Wangimel,
then okay, it's fine. You need to use your discretion. And obviously, if your partner is the problem, then there should be like that open communication to say, there's something that's going on here. If la palana, then let's go see someone else, a third party to maybe. It doesn't really need to be a therapist. It can literally be like just someone that you find as a friend that can just like help with advice and things like that, But ultimately, because therapy is not as having a conversation, it's not social. Therapy isn't supposed to be social, When you are with your people and you're opening up, it's a bit more social, okay? You're talking and people are like, hey, Joya, life is hard. Hey, we go sharp, we go sharp. You know, that's how we socialize to speak. That's the general of it, right? But when you're in therapy, therapy is different. Therapy helps you, firstly, dissect the dynamics of your life, make sense of them, process things that you've went through, regulate your emotions. Like there's just so much more to therapy that you wouldn't get in a normal like social conversation. You know. But yeah, I wouldn't say I discourage talk to your partner. I'd say when you do, be cognizant of the fact that your partner is not trained to regulate your emotions. They didn't go to school for that. They can be there and listen, you know, and even if they make it a joke tomorrow, it's possible, you know, like "Ooh la la, fella," like, yo,
And you might take it for like, you might take that for granted because Rena, I feel like as men, if we experience that type of like, not necessarily disrespect, but punch,
yeah,
so to speak, we're very quick to be like, okay, accept moye. Accept moye, and I'd rather keep it in.
yeah.
Because so is it a cause for concern if like your partner doesn't have that in them, the ability to be like, okay, I'm listening.
I wouldn't say like it will depend on the dynamic of the relationship, but I think that when the two of you understand each other, it should be there.
They should
you know,
be there.
it should be there. The ability to just listen and not judge you, and you know, be able to just be there. You know, in that moment with you. And we can laugh about it tomorrow, yes, fine, because this is a relationship. You know, we can laugh about it tomorrow and say, "Oh, Mara, Mara no like it," but you know, but for that moment, there should be like some holding space. You know?
Yeah, like a vulnerability.
Everyone is human. She's human, you're human. There should be an element of saying, you know what, I love this person to the point where I am willing to just hold space for them right now because they need it, and not try to like occupy it to take over the space that they need at the moment, you know. So I mean, I wouldn't say cause for concern like that. I say if wapalwa, then make them aware. Let's say when I do speak, you don't listen. You bring up other elements, you do this, it's all about yourself. What's going on? Like, why does it have to be like that, you know? Because some people live on a project inside relationships, you know, you're speaking about your own issues, and then your girlfriend's like, one tiga, because 1, 2, 3, you know, you bring your own stuff into this conversation that I wanted to bring, because as your man, I'm not okay about 1, 2, and 3. You know, just listen, teach yourself to listen, and I feel like most women sometimes miss that.
And I also feel like most women are quick to be like, "Let me get a matata."
True.
Yeah.
Oh, so is it? I don't know, man.
No, never era onto in terms of going to your partner. So now, how would you advise someone who's receiving? Because hopefully, and I know this thing out maybe what's a mente matata. Then I hope look. I'm what's I saying like so. Then how like that's the problem. What's like so? How would you then advise someone who doesn't have your kind of training skills of for a moto amole? How can they go about it? Obviously, yes, they can't do it as you do because it's your line of work. But now, what's the least that they can do to calm the person down? If they want to suicide, I'm not so how would you then maybe say if moto a receiver, a person who's going through
a lot?
Yeah,
I'll say a
how
lot.
would they?
It's very important because I feel like you never know how close someone is to the edge.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You never know because someone might be on the brink. Sure. Mariana, he's like on the brink.
Sure.
Of like, and like, pushes him over the edge.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I do get what you asked.
But you know what's crazy, man? One thing, especially got conversations when we started, when we said, It's much that we don't have an outlet, and it's much that it's difficult for us to open up to one another. Crazy is that even if you see what it Braga Asha, Braga Asha, if I'm off a platform or things are, he's not gonna say,
I think maybe depending on because I for one I can feel comfortable to say I can flop so. And then to the conversation we had earlier on Gary, there's other people I've stopped meeting up with because I also not so now you said that thing if I don't feel like drinking alcohol so you need to, I believe, or you need to let brass by Loren economics or edge was panning their or I'm mature enough to can give you solutions because of us was a tell you the job I got the situation the job yeah, so I'd say maybe as gents, maybe we need to also identify such individuals in our group. So, the best. That way, then you won't find yourself telling the wrong people your stuff.
Yeah. I mean, like to
today's episode, we've got to give a huge shout out to Madani Restaurant and Lounge for hosting us today, man. If you're looking for a spot in Pretoria North that brings together amazing food, a great atmosphere, and the premium lounge experience, well, this is it, man. Whether you're planning a birthday dinner, date night, business meeting, or you're just here for vibes, Madani Restaurant always delivers. The space is beautiful, the energy is unmatched, and the service is always top tier. That's why we choose to record you in the first place, man. So if you're in the PTA, make sure to pull up at Madani Restaurant and Lounge. Trust us, you won't regret it. We'll leave the details in the description below. So let's get back to the episode.
yeah. I mean, like to the person who's listening, the receiver of the information, it's not always easy for it when you hear something someone is going through that's very difficult or very emotionally painful to know what to say. We often, listen, in social settings, I often like try to switch off the fact that I am in this profession because sometimes it's easy to pick up things and then respond in certain ways that will give people the containment they need, right? But in all honesty, just the fact that you're able to listen and you're able to say, listen, we're here with you. I might not know what to say at the moment and I might not understand what you're going through. Mare, we're here for you. That's enough. The listening part is, I think, the first. I think it's the epitome. I think it's the essence, because when you give a person an ear, you are saying to them, "I accept you as you are. You belong, and I take what you're saying as valid." Basically, so you're validating someone. So even the social response, I get that social response here. It's a social. We've been accustomed to that. But in actual fact, I can say kisharp, kisharp.
So next.
Yeah. Maruntu itoro. Going through the most right, right? Yeah, So sometimes it's that just the ability to listen. You don't really have to have much to say. Like I don't really have to say. And then like we're going to try to therapize you. That will irritate you. Trust me, we're in a social setting. The best that I can do for you is to listen. And when, as the person who's speaking, you need to be appreciative of the fact that I was able to listen and I was able to say an encouraging word or two, because this is not therapy. It's not what we're doing. We are in a social setting. I'm just pouring out my heart to you. And you are just doing the best that you can do with what you know and how you handle emotions.
Because like it's then I think this mental health thing, like men's mental health thing, is like so important because for someone who's suffering from that, it can like really affect like aspects in your life, whether like how you come into like your job, how like you interact with people, because happen some people really so I cannot clarify, but at the same time he's struggling with his own things.
Yeah,
sure.
So it's like it's so important because it's like it when someone is suffering from that, it's so easy for us to neglect it as majita. Like open or man wa goisha.
Yeah.
Mare re get so mo ene ke bolelle batho ba ba.
Yeah, I'm
We to the top or so re ke bolelle motho mo, like is it
sure.
and I feel like it's normal for people to do that these days. You were like honestly for me it's like I wanna be able to sit with people, especially like because of like the space that I'm in, where like or like it's a whole lot of people that I'm surrounded surrounded by. So I should we always like practice that thing of like, you know what, I'm not gonna move away from this person, because I also know like a few people who are like also struggling from these things, people that I know within Blomas that are like actually struggling to cope. Like it's a battle every day for them to wake up or like see people. So like, would you say like mistaking coming across these people, how should one like what should one look out for? Like is it that thing of like I shouldn't move away from this person, but I'm gonna try and listen?
Yeah, because telling someone, I think you need professional help.
Is very triggering.
Exactly. You can't deal with your problems.
Sure.
But maybe breaking down the stigma, because there's this stigma around like seeing a psychologist,
Especially around like people.
Well, you are going, and you're not going crazy. It's not that. It's just that, sometimes you need that objective look on your life, because most people are going to come subjectively and they're going to come tell you about their experiences, where you can just see someone who won't even bring in their own experiences into whatever narrative you're bringing to the plate, who's just helping you facilitate your own process for your life, and who's helping you to just say, okay, these are my emotions, how do I make sense of them, right? But the telltale signs would be someone who's overly isolated, and then what they isolate, but then when we're in social settings, they're the ones that drink themselves so pow,
Exactly my point. Because you can see, like, not to be like in a perspective of like judgment. But like you can see, we can all see.
Yeah.
From across the room, I live in the same situation.
Yeah.
Well, and then you're like, is it that thing of like, should we? Because I know some people don't want to talk about it in the moment. They'd rather like drink themselves silly, like you said. Is it that thing of like, should we address it maybe a day after or is there something that you want to say? Is there something that you want to talk about? Like should we encourage that more, or is it that thing of like,
like what is your heart towards people? Like if you see a person is drowning, do you leave them to drown and say anegimon, or do you reach out your hand to take them out? It's very important to also think about, if you were in that position, would you want people to let you drown, or would you like them to take you out?
Yeah,
and then it's a joke.
So easy for us to take it.
Yeah. But we need to first, I feel like we need to break down the stigma. Seeking help for your mental health is not something that is, it's not a bad thing. It's not something that should be shunned upon. In actual fact, we should start glorifying it and saying, well done for doing that, because if we were to, I think that the biggest case that South Africa as a whole spoke about, Like, you know, everybody like probably saw like the last video yeah high, and then it was just like this guy, you know, Blomashub.
There's one trending right now. When he was crying in the car.
Yes, you know what I mean. And do you think that it was just one situation that got him there? No, it wasn't. You know, yes,
It even feels familiar.
Yeah.
The way that he was crying, the way it feels familiar. It feels like yes, funny chemotherapy and teammates.
yeah,
Well, it's all on like
Yeah.
teammates and I would say like I once experienced such.
yeah,
But I don't know like my tears would go to Kilimoko League and teammates. And I had no one to tell
Yeah.
the joke. The joke kila was Wirala so. We're telling Wirala
Yeah.
so and Sara killing the after more. Continue my day.
Let me fun. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
Yeah, like
On some personal stuff, let me keep on getting more telling you. Let's go gospel.
yeah, and it hits.
And it hits.
It
I mean, like,
hits.
and I'm not one like I listen to gospel, but like I'm not the one to like listen to like gospel everything. But like when I'm mojo, like my katao can weigh heavy.
So
And like you can find yourself which will do it to gospel or Joe.
and you
Please, Joe.
and you get a guitar. Fuck man, that's gay.
Mm.
And it's like, hey, Joe,
How do you then vent?
show.
yeah,
Because after 100, so I just remember a friend of mine. This one time we chilling, we were tapping. So example, he let it slip or why it was spanning. There's always those departments. It's a lot of therapy if you're having problems at home. So that man he let it slip or and he once went to attend those. I just about the employee wellness what.
Oh yeah.
And you know, like would say you there for a good hour or two. And that time one would have felt or that man pila he felt safe enough to let it
fly.
flow. And now at some point in time, Brasile, Yamboy, so all of such things get already prevent down or like outside. Or what's a man? I know the flow cases because no Tomona or my bad. But out I look, I know I me proud and what email. So good so
But it was one of the wonderful anti-hero. Nagaya moe. Rakaina little. Then maybe Nagaya toilet. Then maybe Molfo Narway break out down. Or radio and not. They won't to me. They won't to me.
yeah. It already blocks you.
What all in Namaka, let them say to Asa Trasta Damanic. The man has some like it's crazy.
I feel like bottom line, men have been socially conditioned to specific things like men with yagama fat, like you must take it with your chest. Monna halle, like men don't cry. Don't talk about certain things and emotions. That's like gay, things like that, you know. There is a social conditioning that's happening with men that I think bottom line men have to just break out of it. Because what's happening now is that even if you look at like say cap and things like that, and you look at these stats of suicide, you'll realize actually men are committing suicide.
What's the stats?
Hey, Joe, it's
Men,
crazy, Joe.
men, it's crazy.
You can actually check
Check.
because like hey, Joe, I didn't
Yeah. And the number is actually higher than women.
Imagine you were talking about that 80% and 20%.
Yeah.
So when you say even the 80%, then whatever 80%, maybe 80% of men are
Yeah, it's highly possible because even the men that come to me will come literally 2 sessions, and because the second session they get an aha moment, they feel like, yo, thank you, yeah, you know, I'm getting handshakes, and I'm like, well, we're not done. You still have 3 more sessions that you need to like come to. And then after that, we're doing maintenance because the change is done, but we need to check in every 3 months. And no, you'll see But come on, next year I go wish I.
I think one of the most effed up thing, yeah, and I thought is okay, every month we need to pay rent. ABI. So every month you go from paying rent to end of the month, and it's a cycle. You used to. So once you suppress, the whole year will suppress. And once none of what maybe you're okay shot again, understand? That's more where you want it, and then you feel much better that month.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I, let me put it this way. I know like it's gonna sound off topic a bit, né?
Yeah.
But your friend, as me, your friend who is the loudest and the jester and the one who's the entertaining one and the one who's always making sure about how what's sharp.
So
Be worried about that friend because most guys mask like that. They mask cabo extrovert when they are actually going through
loads of
the most. So it's just like Rikirik. Nana level vibe. But being the life of the party, if I was male, I'd be worried about that one guy. And always, consistently the life of the party. It is impossible that you can have that consistent mood all the time when we see you. No, you're masking, but you're masking a lot of things, a lot of hurt, so over a functional depressed man. Wabo. So I would say if you have a friend like that, be worried. What's really good? You really find out, okay, those guys are actually going through a lot because it takes a lot of energy to entertain, and you don't really have to. You don't have to overstretch like that, But when you feel like every single event, when you're just like on top of the mountain, I am worried about you. I'm like, why? It doesn't make sense. Even with females, I'm worried. I'm like, how can I have?
Speaking of females, because now I'm thinking to myself, what effect do females also have more mental health? Because females low. So now would you then say, do females have to go back and say, no, let me treat this guy with kindness already? Or ke monna tla because I once asked it was like years back, thinking to myself, I used to ask people, look, the world is busy empowering ladies or women or female. So but who's empowering men to be able to handle those empowered females?
Yeah, no one.
No one is.
Which is a good
Because
question.
yes, I can have equality and everything. It's sharp, but now empower Basadi, Marakwela, a boy child.
Yeah, I think it's because initially the narrative was that a lot of women underwent abuse, right, and underwent a lot of trauma that was inflicted by men.
Yes.
Right, so it was like, let's get these women up so that they don't have to depend on men like that, so men don't have that power and control over them anymore. But we forgot that there's generations that are coming afterwards that actually need to be built up, and that actually need to be groomed in the right way, in the correct way, right? But now we're sitting with the remnants of that. And, the boss is social media at the moment. Social media is running these narratives that are oppressing men even more. So now we're sitting with oppressed men who are suppressing as well and going through all these things, operating their defenses because they don't know how to cope or how to interact in any other way. We need to go back to giving attention to men as well, we need to go back to giving attention to these small boys that are growing up to say, listen, you also matter, you know. You remember the Black Lives Matter movement, you know, and then the white people were like, you know, we matter too, all lives matter. And I think that's what we're supposed to do with mental health as well, to say, you know what, it's not only women, but men matter, they matter too. You know, we should take into consideration the fact that men are also human, bottom line. And men should also come to the acknowledgement, hooray, I'm human. You know, I'm human. I need to be taken care of. I do have emotions. You're not a robot, you know. I have emotions. I have things that go in my mind that bother me, you know. I do think about negative things about myself sometimes, you know. I battle with perspectives, you know. I'm not where I want to be as well. You know, I'm struggling with these things. And yeah. It could even be that. It could even be that, you know. But it's coming to the point of realization that men also matter. And yeah, and it's not something that we can just, you know, ignore.
Yeah, man. Yeah, a lot was said, man. A lot was really said, and just to
the percentage. That's all you.
yeah. So basically, with the percentage thing, let me just see. It says here. It doesn't give me like the stats per se, but it says here. In South Africa, men account for about 80% of recorded suicide deaths.
Yes, yeah.
According to figures discussed by government officials in 2026.
Yeah. 80%. So like you said, 80% women are in therapy, 20% men are in therapy. But when you look at the stats of suicide, it's vice versa.
Yeah.
That's how crazy it is.
Yeah, just to obviously, like I was saying, I mean, a lot was said, but just to basically close it off, I wanted I don't want to put you guys in the spot, né?
Okay.
But if you had to say one last thing to a man listening right now who's struggling with this mental health thing, I want us to, like, maybe individually we can just say one thing.
Okay. Would you like me to start?
I mean,
ladies first.
I mean,
I guess.
Because we're not busy that
I just wanted to close it off like that, you know.
Okay, yeah, and I think that's very important, right? I would say that to any other man that's listening up there, whether he's a young boy, young man, old man, whatever it is, right? Your emotions are valid. Your process is valid and it is important, and you are also important. So whether it is your thought processes, whether it's your emotional, whether it's your relational experiences, everything that makes you who you are, you also deserve to be held. You also deserve to feel contained. You also deserve to be validated. Yeah.
I'm joking. If I was to say something to Bryce Kontekwala, I'd say you're not alone, you know. Yes, there's unfortunately stigma in a sense of but honestly, you're not alone. You know, there's other people. I mean, stats said there's how many people in the world, and nothing but we want with billion people on earth. Like, you're not alone. You're not alone. Just find your safe space. You know, find your safe space, and then feel safe in that space for you to can open up and hopefully get help. Because unfortunately, that's
very dangerous concern.
So
That's true.
guys, let's just go out there, speak. I mean, there's platforms. I mean, Blomashub for one. I actually feel it's a perfect platform because, like we said already, there's Navalor venting in terms of soaking. And others come to Blomashub actually to let their head down, to relax, to unwind, you know. So also there's such platforms as Blomashub where meet like-minded people, you know, get different perspectives, you know. And then don't feel like you're alone.
Yeah.
Chalet is not it's not really a birth, but it's a barrier because like you said, all these facilities or public hospitals, so help it, guys. So help it. Let's just break that mentality already. Now we want it's our plan, you know. Let's shy away from that mentality and start interacting, you know.
Man, did you want to go? Should I go? Okay. What I would say is that, and I also speak from a perspective of myself looking at my younger self.
Yeah.
I personally want to say the world might actually feel heavy, which it is, but don't think you can carry it only one.
100%. Yeah.
Don't think you can carry the world only one.
Yeah.
Be as vulnerable as you can so people can understand you as much as they can.
Yes.
That's all I yeah.
What's the last piece you said?
Like,
Be as vulnerable.
be as vulnerable as you can so people can understand you as much as they can.
Yo. Wait, that one was
That was true.
Yeah, that one is the what?
Thank you, guys.
No, I was
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, what is
The word of the day.
Yeah, you can't say anything.
Not honestly, I want you to be like, Ejo, I want you to be as personal as you can because at the end of the day, in fun, there's people who are going through this.
Yeah.
There's people who are
It's not
just
worse, eh?
like,
What can I say? Sorry. Man,
Sorry about
I think one of the biggest things. I think one of the biggest things that actually we can say that try church.
Yeah.
And so on. We know just find your tribe.
The P.
You understand? Try by all means to find your tribe. Not about to get about getting. Not about to get about not about to get about social. You understand? Just by all means find your tribe and your tribe will carry you.
Yeah, 100%.
You understand? Like no motho mo tagara opela ana na batho ba tlhileng go opela and ke talent ha ya khwere bolo impress or to sa you understand. So the biggest thing that we can do as men, just find our tribe.
find your people.
Exactly.
Find your people.
That will say or just as reporter the podcast together. There's someone out there wants to do a podcast, Mara. Motokono Mozorajo. He might get I tell you, Mike, I do.
Find your people.
You know, just find your tribe. Yeah, will embrace it.
True.
And everything will just fall into place.
True.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, man, just like that, guys, we've come to the end of the episode. If you guys really enjoyed this episode, please do like the episode. Comment if you feel like you want to say something with your chest. I mean, after all, the comment section is there for you. Yeah.
Gonna say thanks to our guests. First, any update on on his coming events?
Most definitely. We have monthly hikings. Every end of the month we go out for hikings. And then every quarter of the year we go out for camping. So all that information you can find it on all our socials, Mzansi Pulse Adventures, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere you'll find all that information there. Come relax, unwind. I mean, yes, we're not as skilled and trained as she is, but you know, and listening here is all somebody might need. You know? So we'll be there to just listen.
So we don't know what hospitals are you working at this week?
Oh gosh. Way to put me on the spot, but
Man, if
so, oh, you'll find me out. You'll find me out. You'll find me out.
nah, Ben,
Business cut out, you know,
Yeah.
cut out with us. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're comfortable, yeah.
for someone that felt like
Maybe.
like Motolata psychologist,
Yeah.
But you never know. Social media, you never know once posted.
Yeah.
Who sees it? And it's like
100%, yeah. And if you know me through Blommers, I'll obviously not see you for therapy, but I know a lot of great therapists and psychologists, so I will.
Yeah, man. Hey, Joe. Yeah. Personally, damn.
that was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice. But yeah, man, thank you guys for listening, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode. As always, peace, and love.
Just show somebody some love. Tell somebody you love their music or love what they do, you know? That's it, so thank you.